2.
Good morning. Today we are learning to add more detail to our sentences. Sometimes when we're making a sentence, we need to have a foundation. So it's kind of like building a house. We need to have a solid foundation and then we add little bricks onto it to make a beautiful house. So that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to start with a simple sentence and then we're going to be adding things on to make the sentence more detailed to give more interest for the reader. So, when we start off building our sentence, we have 2 or 3 different blocks. So our red block is a subject, verb, and object. For example, so with just 2 or 3, we can start building our blocks. You can make simple sentences such as, the girl brushed her hair, or Fido barked. Then we start to add more bricks to make it more exciting. Alright, so once you have started with a simple sentence, you can use other bricks to make it interesting to the reader. We can add adjectives. For example, the girl brushed her hair. I wonder what adjectives we can use to make this more exciting. So for the girl and her hair, let's see what they've got. The little girl brushed her curly hair. So don't forget with adjectives, you're adding an adjective to the noun to give it more detail. Alright, then we can add adverbs to describe what the verb is doing. So think about how the action is happening and include an adverb to give the reader more information. So far we've got the little girl brushed her curly hair. Wonder how she brushed her hair. The little girl carefully brushed her curly hair. You can see already we're starting to build a more interesting, more detailed sentence. Then we can add a fronted adverbial. Alright, so fronted adverbial is a word, phrase or clause at the beginning of a sentence to give more information about the action. They're always followed by a comma. So far we've got the little girl carefully brushed her curly hair. Wonder when she brushed her curly hair. In the morning, the little girl carefully brushed her curly hair. Alright, then we can add an conjunction to give more detail. So, use a coordinating or sub-coordinating conjunction to add another clause to your sentence, which will give the reader all the information they need to carefully understand what is happening. So in the morning, the little girl carefully brushed her curly hair. In the morning, the little girl carefully brushed her curly hair because it was tangled. So see how the conjunction at the end just gives us a tiny bit more information to make it more exciting. Alright, so we started off with the girl brushed her hair. It doesn't give us an image in our head what is actually happening. But once we build all those bricks, we've got a lot more exciting sentence. So, in the morning, the little girl carefully brushed her curly hair because it was tangled. Just gives us that image in our head so that the reader can imagine what is happening. Alright, let's see if we can do some of these. So, the boy drank some milk. Let's see if we can make it more exciting. Every day, the clever boy hurriedly drank some fresh milk so that his bones stayed strong. Lots more bricks, lots more interesting, lots more detail. Simon watched the television. Each morning, bored Simon silently watched the ancient TV because he had nothing else to do. Do you know what? I thought that like Simon was going to be excited, but luckily we had more detail to know what he was feeling. Samson attacked the lion. Heroically, fearless Samson bravely attacked the ferocious lion as his life was in danger. The teacher marked the books. After school, the dedicated teacher carefully marked the thick books so she could see how her class had done. So much more detail, so much more interesting for the reader. Alright, so your task today is I want you to start off with a simple sentence, then I want you to use these building blocks to make a more exciting sentence. So you might want to do these colour coordinations to come up with some more exciting sentences. Don't forget to post them onto Class Story so your teacher can see them.